homes are being built faster, but are they necessarily better than homes that we have had in the past?
It's not supposed to do that.
Y'all want y'all homes built out of cardboard?
Amazon actually knows how to tape up their cardboard boxes.
A lot of these new builds, they just throw them up so quick.
Mortar's cracked.
New construction. Welcome to your new home. Haven't even made it in the house yet.
Well, what do you think about that?
Guess this bedroom doesn't get a door handle.
Hey, I want to know whose idea this was. Who approved this?
This is one of the bedroom doors.
Plumbing leaks, mold.
All right, I hope y'all are having an amazing day today. And what we're going to be doing is looking at some new construction homes, how they look, what are the condition of these homes, and just how poorly some of these are being built. Now, are these all the new construction homes? No. But are some builders out there taking some shortcuts in order to make a paycheck? Yes, they are.
You did have a home inspection done?
Yeah.
Before you bought the house?
Before we closed.
Okay, and how did you find that home inspector?
Through my realtor.
Through your real estate agent? Okay, cool.
You gotta watch some of these real estate agents. They can be in cahoots with the builders themselves.
The crack at the master bathroom shower pan. And here's your leak. See, not in the other inspection. No. Majority of the homes will have an energy rating certificate either in the main electrical panel or at the garage. So you can see that I should expect to find an R value of 30 in the attic area. Right next to the attic scuttle, should be pretty easy to check the insulation thickness for the builder or any other home inspectors. I'll check this in the back in a minute, but looks like about maybe 6 inches of insulation. So we're about 2.3 inches of insulation material thin. Is that in your other inspection report?
No, I don't think so.
And these inspectors can also be in cahoots. It can be an entire group of these guys who know each other, go out to dinner together. They all know each other. So what are they going to do? Make sure that the deal goes through.
No. And at the main electrical panel, frayed and improper connections at the neutral wires inside the main electrical panel, overexposed conductors at the branch wire connections to the breakers. It's the wire you desire, then here is your exposed lath material. Here's your broken roof tiles, another broken roof tile. This roofing tile right here is either slipped or it's broken. Let's see what it is. All right, is it slipped or broken? Oh, that's broken. Did he have any broken tiles or anything on his report?
I don't think so. So, like, he's like, there's no broken roof tiles. And I was like, I just don't believe it.
Okay, well, what do you think about that and that?
The doors aren't even on properly. What is going on here? How do you even miss that? How does an inspector miss that? I'm pretty sure we could have caught that. What's up with this? It's a shame that you have so many people in cahoots with each other, making it hard for you to actually know who to trust, who to go to. You would think the real estate agent, you would think that the inspector, you would think that builders themselves would want to put out quality work. But when it comes to the dollar, people would do whatever they need to do in order to make a quick buck.
You know it's going to be a good inspection when the building department, the real building inspector, code inspector shows up during the home inspection. Let's have some fun.
Thanks to our friend at the building department, I learned something and I wanted to share it with you. If you have a bathtub that's within 5 feet of a window, and if that window is less than 60 inches off the ground, this one's about 50, then that glass needs to be tempered. This one's not. It's going to have to be tempered if they want to pass their inspection.
I did not know that. And I've been in some houses, new and old, that have had windows extremely close to a tub, shower, whatever. And so now, the next time I go somewhere, I'm going to see if those windows are tempered, because I don't even remember the last time I've been in a house, other than when I stayed in a trailer when I was a kid, that had a tempered window and it was close to the shower. But I have been in a lot of houses that have had windows close to showers, if that makes sense.
Something else we learned from the Fairhope Building Department, up in the attic, all PEX plumbing must either be covered in insulation, wrapped in black insulation, or in a conditioned attic space. You can see here they got some PEX plumbing that was wrapped in this black insulation, but they stopped here, and all this is missing insulation. This is going to be required to be insulated in order for them to pass their building inspection. Okay, the building department also mentioned to me that while these ovens are not required to have an exhaust fan that exhausts to the outside, they do like to see a recirculating fan. The issue with this one is when air comes up through the underneath the microwave and comes out the top, you can see the microwave is not furred out enough to where this vent can properly push air up towards the ceiling. And what they need to do is they need to install some wood and fur this microwave out so that this vent will properly recirculate air. They would like to see this improved, and I'm going to put it in my inspection report. Okay, the building inspector has left. Great guy, pointed out 3 great things that he wants fixed before he's willing to pass this inspection. Now let's take a look and see what I find. Looks like the painter's missed a spot. Most new builds that I've been inspecting lately, especially for this builder, I have noticed a surge protector inside the panel. I'm not seeing one here. It may not come with one. It's a great thing to have. I'm going to mention it in our report. Love that it's grounded. Got a nice flush ground rod here. This ground rod over here, though, sticking out a little bit. This wood is sitting up against the house. Wood attracts termites. Let's get these removed. Well, it'd be nice to see the water meter. Little bit of mechanical damage here. Interesting gap back here. I don't think that's finished. This could be improved. And this. And these. And this one. This is a great place for birds to nest.
And they will nest there. I had a little bird, I don't want to say issue, but we had some birds up in our carport. If they can find a nice little spot to lay a couple of tree limbs and build them a nest in, they will do it without hesitation. And you don't really want to deal with that coming home and a bird just flying over. You got bird poop all over your car. You're wondering why. That's why.
Another one in the back. There's no power at the thermostat. So how can we check the AC? This is a new way of powering the dishwasher. Looks like this section of baseboard trim is missing. This closet door doesn't latch. Guess this bedroom doesn't get a door handle. Guess this closet doesn't get a door. Or this bathroom. All right, all finished up. You can see there's a lot of value in having a building department inspector as well as a home inspector. Check out your new build. Have a great day.
And the scary thing about this is if they would have went with a building department inspector only, that would have probably been rectified fairly quickly. And all those other issues would have been missed, and they would have simply moved in thinking that their home, probably the home of their dreams, was finished. And then you would have proceeded to constantly deal with people coming to your house having to fix this, having to fix that. And that's being generous and saying that they're actually going to fix the issues that were there, because we have seen horror stories of people not even getting their issues attended to.
New construction. Welcome to your new home.
Haven't even made it in the house yet. Isn't that supposed to be a gap right there?
Window frame's cracked.
Got to seal up some nails. That's a decent sized foundation crack. And then starting to get diagonal stair step cracking, which points to structural movement.
brand new house.
To already have movement on a brand new home is crazy. And the fact that these prices also don't match the quality of these homes either just goes to show you just how bad things have gotten inside of the housing market. And I know everything is supply and demand and all of that, but if I'm going to pay $560,000 for a new construction home, at least let that money be going towards something that is done right.
Okay, and in the same area, we start getting a pretty decent separation in these joined materials. I like how that looks. See that? Not much hanging over right there, but a good amount hanging over right there. It adds character.
The house ain't even sitting on a foundation.
We need to backfill all this with more soil and sod. Look how much footing's exposed. Well, guess I'm just gonna leave that there. It's broken.
I wonder how long it took them to get that house done. Did they even look at it themselves beforehand? I don't know. But what I will say is, it's a good thing that that inspector is out there, because that is a house that at some point in time will have a lot of issues, and then who knows will they ever get fixed.
Here's a new home. Let's take a look.
They painted the garage doors before the openers were installed. The idea is to get the water away from the foundation. A little bit of a drainage problem here. Let's see the quality here. They're using 3-tap shingles. There are nail holes all over right here. Shingle damage. More nail holes. The ridge. Exposed nails. There's another nail. Water will go in there. And this is from a builder that does not like to have their roofs inspected. I wonder why.
Now that sounds like some mold to me, some problems that that person would have had at some point in time. Imagine laying in your bed and then you're sitting there wondering why at night I'm getting rained on in my new house that supposedly has a new roof.
Here's the door to the garage. Look at the little step they put in. Mortar's cracked. A little loose. Turned on the heating and cooling system. There's a gap under this door at the threshold. And you can hear it's sucking that air in. Flooring is sloped here. Check this out. And here also. This is the second floor window. Look at all the water sitting in the frame. And you can see there's drywall damage here. Let's check it with the moisture meter. And it's wet.
That house probably would not have lasted long at all. You got warped walls, you got wet walls, you got flooding issues. That water would have been just sitting in there for who knows how long. And most of the time, you don't discover these things until you have a bigger problem that requires a lot of money to fix.
What does Amazon and cheap spec home builders have in common? They're both using 25% less cardboard in their boxes. You know what they have different? Amazon actually knows how to tape up their cardboard boxes. I haven't seen somebody try to complete a wall as quickly as this to cover up their crimes against humanity since the East Germans.
And this just goes to show you another issue with these fast built spec homes. They are putting out so much inventory, so much product on the market that they want to focus on actually getting it done within a certain time frame more than actually focusing on the quality of that house. They might have another project laid out already that they need to start on in about 3 months. And so within those 3 months, if they have a setback, say it rains for a couple of days and they're not able to get to that specific house, they would rather try to speedway their way through it instead of trying to do what is right by the actual house itself.
You'll see all these $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 houses. I want to show you what these are made out of. Behind all those bricks, right there, there's this. Y'all want y'all's homes built out of cardboard? 200 G's. 200 G's.
A few moments later.
Look at that. Goodness. And another one. And another one. And one more. Yeah, what's funny, but also not funny, is how many people comment, just one good strong wind and the house is falling over. Yep.
I was thinking that watching this video, just one good gust wind and the houses are going down, and then he just so happened to say it right at the end. And as time continues on, we have strayed away from quality to prioritize quantity and putting out as much as we can. Why? Because green, the dollar, it talks, it speaks, and a lot of times people are going to do whatever it takes to actually get towards whatever number they have in their mind that they believe that they need to make on each and every single deal. That's why it's important to know who you are buying a house from. Is that builder a reputable builder? Is that somebody you can trust with your house? And if you don't know these things, the most important thing for you to do is get a reputable person to go through that house, check it, and make sure everything is the way that you would want it to be. That's why if you're going to build a house, it's just a lot better when it's not one of these quickly built spec houses. If it's a house that you can inspect every single phase of it being built, from the foundation being put down to the walls being put up to the rest of the house being inspected when they get the interior and stuff like that done. And so if you're going to buy one of these spec houses, just be careful and know that if your builder is somebody who is a little shaky, your house will probably be shaky as well.
This one's just comical. Doing a new build inspection right now. This is one of the bedroom doors. So, there's that huge gap. Wonder where that door went. Oh, it's just coming to the closet of this bedroom. God. Like, how goofy is that? Why would they not? I mean, you have to close the door out to install it. Wow, that is funny.
If you have not heard the secret, let me tell you, closing that door is an extra charge of $199.
It's not supposed to do that.
See, what you have right there is a basic cabinet. If you want the premium non-breakable cabinets, we have to upcharge you about $250.
It's not supposed to do that. 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 It's not supposed to do that.
That thing was hanging on for dear life. And now look, I understand nobody's perfect. These things happen, some of these things, but there are a lot of things, a lot of issues that you see pop up that go viral that really should have been caught. You may miss a little bit here, you may miss a little bit there. That's why you get extra eyes on it. And inspection should not be seen as something as, how should I say, something that is disrespectful towards a builder. Some builders see that, but there's nothing wrong with getting somebody to try and look around and find things that maybe you yourself have not seen. But when you have certain things are just plainly in sight that, I mean, just a simple walkthrough would have found, like paint being missing off an entire door. Like, you can't tell me you didn't see that.
Almost thought I had a good one today. Started out okay, then it went downhill.
Food waste disposer doesn't work. And it is plugged in and there is power.
Okay, I want to know whose idea this was. Who approved this? I don't even understand how I am looking at this right now. Why would you want that? It's right in the way of your face.
That is an interesting design choice. I mean, you can put your curling irons there, I guess, your clippers or whatever you're going to use to get your hair done that day. That's a horrible spot for a plug, though. I mean, an absolutely horrible spot.
Okay, let's check the top of the shower. Whoa, they actually sealed it. Oh, never mind. Strap's broken.
Also, someone walked across this insulation or something. Should be a nice 14 to 16 all the way across. Not like that.
Every single new build.
This is a post-tension cable, and the whole thing should be sealed. Should be like a little cap of mortar right there. Like this. Just like that.
Most people go with a new build because they honestly believe that that new build is going to be 1,000% better than a older home. And I'm not saying older homes didn't have their share of issues, because they did. Don't let anybody tell you any differently. However, the fact that we have come so far in life, so far in times, the advancements in technology have been plentiful. And we are now dealing with new sets of issues. It went from electrical to plumbing issues with older homes, and now we have people just not putting houses together right. Foundation and roofing issues with new homes. Houses literally falling over. There's so many issues that can pop up from being a home owner, whether you have a new home or an old home. But there are a lot of great things about home ownership, but today, we're just looking at a lot of things that can go wrong even before you step inside of your new home. And I think that perfectly transitions us into these next two videos, where we have individuals talk about their new construction home experience.
So, about a year and a half ago, I bought a brand new house. It's like a dream home for me, you know? And little did I know how it would ruin my life. This is not normally how I look or sound. I have been poisoned by my house. My story is so crazy, everything I've experienced with this new build. But if I could share something with you, is that watch the process of your new build and check your AC by your AC guy, not theirs. My house has mold in it. I am so sick here. I'm stuck in this house. I have almost a 9% interest rate, and $3,000 of my mortgage goes to interest every month. My house, they forgot to put the vapor wrap or barrier wrap in it. My AC was installed wrong. Oversized unit with exposed holes everywhere. My whole house was built with moldy lumber. Every night, I sleep on my couch. These are my couches. I'm sick of it. I can't sleep in any of the rooms because I can't breathe. My throat hurts every day. I have the most insane symptoms every day from the mold exposure. I find myself getting off the couch to go outside to get fresh air because I can't breathe the air in here anymore. I get to a point where I can't handle it. I would have never thought this would be me. It could be anybody. It's actually really common with a lot of these new builds. They just throw them up so quick, and they do such a crappy job installing the AC. I mean, you're doomed if your AC is oversized for your space, because mold will start to grow in your house. Needless to say, through this whole horrible experience. The builders have tried to cover it all up, remediating and covering it up. We found the mold again today, and I'm suing my builders.
And that's such a sad situation. Imagine you believe that you have finally found the house of your dreams. You are going into a space in life that you have dreamed of your entire life, only to find out that not only is the house that you are paying, whatever she's paying for, she said about $3,000 of her mortgage goes towards interest alone, a 9% loan at that. Imagine all of that to stay inside of a house that is literally destroying your lungs each and every single day you are inside of it. And it sounds like she has kids as well. I heard the kids. These are problems that can have long-term health effects. You continue to breathe all that in. She already looks as if she is sick. It's a sad situation, and now she has to sue the builder in order to try to get this rectified. A situation that I do not wish upon anybody. So as she said, and I will say again, check behind with your own guys. Somebody you found who has nothing to do with whoever that builder may be.
Man, I didn't want to take this to TikTok, but I feel like I have no other option. I'm just at the end of my rope. 2 years ago, we bought what we thought was our dream home with Oakwood Homes in Colorado. And it has been nothing but a nightmare. We have had multiple major issues with our home. We're talking major plumbing leaks, mold, like flooring popping up, the subflooring is uneven. Our garage has flooded. The room I'm in has flooded. It was full of mold. It took them months to fix that. Anyways, our most recent issue, and the other ones, all of them haven't been fixed. Our flooring is still popping up downstairs, and we're paying $3,400 a month for this house. And it's falling apart. And they won't do anything about it. Well, our 2-year-old air conditioning unit went out a couple months ago, and so we got it serviced. I had people come out and fix it. It's only 2 years old. It's a brand new house. Well, there was insulation all up in our furnace, and the only way that could have happened is if when the house was being built, they were negligent, insulation got in the furnace. So there's insulation all up in our furnace, which is a fire hazard. We have 2 young children. It could quite literally catch our home on fire when we turn the heat on. We're in Colorado.
You know what's interesting when it comes to some of these builders is the fact that they're able to build these houses 3 to 6 months. But then it takes them almost double that time to come out and fix an issue that you may have with that house. And not all builders are like this, but some of them, man, I'm just super disappointed.
Anyways, Oakwood Homes and their warranty company, Shazam, did what they do and say, oh yeah, we'll take care of it. And of course they're not. And now they're refusing, and we're going to have to use what money we have left to sue them, like our neighbors are having to do. This is not an isolated incident. Our neighbors are dealing with issues, some of them even worse than us, and they're not being addressed, and they've had to go the legal route. Unfortunately for us, the economy has put our family in a really shitty spot the last couple years, and we didn't really want to shell out our savings account and our emergency money to fight our home builder in court. But now we don't have an option. We want to sell our home and move, but we can't because it needs to be fixed to sell it to move, and they will not fix it. We're supposed to be under a warranty. Okay. Anyways, sorry I'm so emotional, but I just got off the phone with one of the building managers who has been telling us for months that everything was going to be fixed, and he just hung up on me because I was crying on the phone. So, anyways, Oakwood Homes, don't buy from them. Actually, any new home, just don't buy it. Just buy an older home. I will never Mark my words, never will I live in a new construction home again in my life. Ever. I'm done.
Now, as I have said, new construction homes aren't all bad, but are there some people out there just throwing up whatever piece of stick they can in order to make a profit and put a home up as fast as they can? Yes, there are some people out there cutting every single corner in order to put a home up and sell it to the people. And the fact that now they are having to use their savings in order to fight a legal battle that they should not even be in the first place really sets you back a lot. I'm somebody who wants to buy a house and be a homeowner at some point, but this is a big reason why a lot of people would rather rent. Am I somebody who wants to rent my entire life? No. But are there people out there renting their entire life being perfectly fine with that? Yes, they are. There's some people who would rather just pay whatever that is and then not have to deal with issues like this. And I'm not saying things don't happen with, rented buildings, but you don't own it. So if you just wanted to up and leave at some point, you can just up and leave. You're not necessarily tied to it, but not being tied to it also comes with its own sets of issues. Long story short, man, we all have things going on in our lives one way or another. But shout out to the people who have new homes, living in them, their dream homes, and they are beautiful, built fine. You haven't had an issue. But I also feel bad for the people who got these new homes, thought it was their dream home, and it has all type of issues. But with all that being said, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you and yours have a fantastic day.